I don't think you can ever prepare. I don't think there's a way to prepare. I think you just kind of, you have to dive face forward into it, and it's going to be difficult. Sometimes you're going to hit the bottom of the pool, and other times you're going to swim to the top. So it's one of those things where you just have to say, look, this is something I'm interested in doing. This is something that could be very enriching in my life, and therefore I'm willing to take this risk.
Yeah. You had started as a casting and production space.
Yes.
And then you pivoted. So I'm just sort of curious, from the very, very beginning, what were the first 3 things you did to even get this place opened, started? You can sort of take it from idea to business.
I'd love to say that there are steps that you take or transitions that you make to get where you want to go, but it's messy. It's like art, you know. It's really this thing where you figure it out day by day. There are no rules. There's no guidebook that says, okay, now you're starting a startup, so that means you should stop this and start that and start doing this instead. Like, that's just not. In my world, that's not how it went.
Yeah.
It's every day is a new challenge and a new transition, and I'm okay with that because all that means to me is that every day I'm learning something new. I think the number one thing I would offer is ask for help. I think people are afraid, I think especially women, are afraid to make big changes in their lives, and therefore they internalize a lot of their feelings about wanting to make a change, and therefore they don't make the change. So if you actually are okay or willing to say, look, I'm going to ask maybe not just my friend, but I'm going to go to a career counselor. I'm going to sit down with someone and say, look, is this the right thing? How do I navigate it? What should I do? I think not enough women ask for help. And the thing is, if you really look to other women, it's amazing how many resources they have and how willing they are to help you get to your next step. Right?
Like it's a lot less scary after you make the ask.
It's
like,
exactly.
What's so bad?
Yeah, exactly. But that first ask, I think, can be very hard for a lot of people. But I think it's extremely important. And I think in a lot of ways you don't succeed until you ask for help. Because you're internally struggling with something that you're not allowing yourself to really come to fruition. I would definitely say research. I mean, I think before you start any business, that's the most important thing that you can do. So my background is that I'm a plus size model. So I've been modeling for over 7 years now. And as a model, I have gone to a number of castings and been in a lot of small productions. So
one would say you might know the space quite well.
Yes. I definitely felt like I had a good handle on what was needed and what would work, and also the types of people who would be clients. And I made sure that I reached out to the right people before I even started looking for real estate and said, is this something you would support? How would you support me in this? You know, do you think this is something that could be viable in this marketplace? And every single person said
that's really interesting.
So
you did your research. You kind of reached out to people and made sure you had people on board. And then at that point, when you knew you had a good idea, people were going to support it, is that when you started to look for real estate, or was there a step in between?
I think that was really the time when we started to look. And then once you start looking, the process of finding commercial real estate in LA
super easy, right?
It's just so easy.
Just roll out of bed on Saturday.
That process in and of itself to find this space took 8 months.
Took 8 months. Wow. Was that because you had something in mind and nothing was kind of fitting what you wanted, or was it just like the process of?
It's a couple of different things. It's when you're a startup, it's also very hard to secure space unless you have a significant amount of capital or you have business history. So that was one thing. And then it had to do with the fact that based on casting and small production, there are only particular types of spaces that really work. In order to set ourselves apart from the competition, I knew what I wanted the space to look like, how big it needed to be, and what amenities it needed to have. So those were all important things. And to find that kind of magic moment took a very long time. It took 8 months. It took 8 months.
Took 8 months. So keep that in mind if you actually are looking for real estate. Like, start early.
Start very early.